Exempt letter, the PayPal letter that we wrote you, or we wrote as a template for you, used for explaining the validity of the private foundation are all in U.S. code. It's actually Supreme Court rulings for the United States of America, not U.S. code. Just making that distinction in law for you. How does it translate in Australian terms? It doesn't. So you wouldn't need it for Australian terms. That is a letter that you're going to be utilizing for the ability to open up vendor accounts that aren't going to allow for you to open up an account based on you not being filed within, meaning in the United States of America. See, our structure is, it's an international trust, if you will, the foundation is, but the vendor, whether it's Amazon, whether it's Walmart, we structurally set up account Home Depot with these entities as a private foundation that is a non-taxable entity, and they have to give tax exemptions so that 8, 9, 10% state tax is not payable to those entities. Sometimes they require a tax exempt certificate from the Secretary of State or from the IRS, and so that's what that letter is for, so that you can simply respond to them to get the tax exempt because you're already pre-exempt. And that's what all those Supreme Court rulings are, establishing the exempt status. Now, you might be referring, when you say U.S. code, to the IRS code. We do cite IRS code in there. And that's kind of important, even though, and this is an important thing to realize, because there's always a question from somebody pertaining, am I a 508c1a? Am I a 501a? Am I a, meaning what kind of entities that we structure up for you? And we don't ever make an acknowledgement that we are any of those. And so even though you see code there, we're giving it for the purposes of allowing for them to go investigate themselves, the standing that we have in law to do what we do, and that we are already exempt, and we don't need to apply for an exemption status. And so, and this is very important, Joseph, because when we want you to identify, which you already do as a believer, that everything you do it belongs to God. You don't stand under anything else other than God. But how I say it to people is like this. They say, like a bank will say, are you a 508c1a? I said, we don't really classify ourselves under the law of man. I appreciate what you're asking. I would think that probably looks the most like us, but the reality is, because we're not registered with any federal or state agency, and we're private, I guess that's what would look like us the most. So if you need to put that on the account to get your account established, go for it.